The city of Evansville is all abuzz, and Ron Rhodes is all abuzz about the implosion coming to downtown. I mean, it's a big deal. It really is.
It is a big deal. You know, I've never personally seen one. And all
or orchestrated one.
People are asking me all these questions about what's going to happen. I said, well, I've never seen one. So we're really excited. We just literally set the date a little over a week ago, so there are a lot of things that need to happen, and we realize that, and including community outreach and education, and that will be a big part of it. The first step is educating all of us involved in the city.
All the neighbors, yes.
All the neighbors, including public safety, fire, police, emergency management, dispatch, the building commission, the water and sewer utilities. So all these city departments have to be a part of understanding what will happen too. And those of us who have downtown properties, we're neighbors, are all curious about where we can be and what will happen and what might not happen. So there's a lot to learn in the next several weeks, but November 21st is a Sunday. The exact time has not been set, but it's likely to be 6 or 6:30 in the morning. It will be earlier in the day rather than later.
So sleep well the night before. Go to bed early the night before.
Sleep fast. So this is a rendering of what will happen, what the new development will look like. On the right is a 6-story building. You see the park, and the 6-story building is roughly oriented the way the 420 tower is today. And then
that's a great perspective,
yeah,
too.
That's another super perspective. And then the 4-story building will be more or less oriented the way the Sycamore building is today. So demolition of the Sycamore building, interior demolition of it will start very shortly, and they'll actually start tearing down the exterior of the Sycamore building in September. So that will happen.
Okay.
And they'd like to get as much of that out of the way and cleared as possible to make way for the implosion. Beginning in September sometime, they'll start interior demolition of 420 Main. So they'll go in and take, probably all, most if not all, the glass out of the building.
Good plan.
They'll take a lot of other walls and columns that are in there down. So on the implosion date, when they hit fire, it will just literally fall on itself.
Of course, I've seen them, in movies and when they did it over in Owensboro, the old Executive Inn. But, we've been talking about this in the newsroom, thinking about all the steps. It's not like, okay, well, Tuesday we're going to implode a building. Besides alerting the neighbors and the departments, there's a bit to do to prepare that property.
Yeah, they have a lot of interior work to do. I've seen it done a number of ways, but in Nashville recently at Vanderbilt University, they put a bunch of big trailers and cover them with canvas or tarps of some kind to protect nearby property. So there's a lot of planning. The company that's actually doing the implosion went to Surfside, Florida, and they were engaged. You might recall the tragic condo collapse there. They went in and finished that project. So this is a company that does this work internationally. So we're very confident in their ability. They've done work like this in other tight areas like our downtown, and I have every confidence they'll be successful.
Oh, I'm sure they will, but it is exciting to think about.
It is.
Now we've got just a second, but Aquatic Center.
Yeah, the Aquatic Center, we should know the opening date probably this week. It's either going to be mid to late September or the first week of October. There are just 2 or 3 little variables that we're trying to nail down, and we hope to nail those down, but it's looking really dynamic. Our community is going to be very, very pleased with it. And the Penguins will open around the same time as the Aquatic Center.
So those are 2 of Ron Rhodes' favorite things to talk about, the Penguins and the implosion. It's just a double bang for your buck.
Well, you see what's going on at the Wayne and Beth Kennedy Penguins of Patagonia site. The idea is that we'll actually get the keys from the general contractor at the end of this month. So, today's the 24th.
Right.
And so it will take the zookeepers a couple of weeks to get acclimated to the exhibit, then to get the penguins acclimated to the exhibit. Last I checked, and it's been a couple of weeks ago, we were up to 8 penguins on site. And they're in quarantine, not COVID related.
Right.
But they're
just getting ready.
Yeah, just getting ready. And so it should be sometime in the mid to late September, no later than the 1st of October kind of time frame.
So much excitement just for your fall alone. Thanks so much for being here.
My pleasure.